in her dictionary. I have one also that we kind of pulled. So that washaga, that's like saying like sand. I just can't remember. I'll look up for sure if it's from the Fort Peck dictionary or from Armin's dictionary, but it's basically how you would say beach then is sand. And then from my understanding, huhujabina, that's the same as in Cree, you'd say oskanakash sticky, which is pile of bones, because I believe that's what translates into huhujabina, because that's just how Regina was known early on, because it was really always a trading place and a hunting place for buffalo. So that's kind of the story behind that name. But yeah, I'll put in the post, and like I said, I'll pull the right spelling and the dialect kind of markers on it too, and I'll put that in chat. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyone else? Justin's you can tell Justin's speaks very well.
I'm practicing, and then that first part. I mean, I always kind of struggle with my pronunciations with my H's or my X's, but do is like to say like evening. And then when I said wash day, it's good evening. And when I said dayawa chimnaga, that was just saying like it's nice to see all of you tonight.
See, and carry the kettle, we say they do.
They do. Yeah, you get that's our throat, that H in there. Yeah, I'm practicing. That's why I only say when I'm drinking it's wakspe. I drink tea because I cannot say coffee yet. I'm into my third year learning the language here. I try. But what helped that most is seeing the H's, because in some books and you go through, you'll see an H. So you got to think about, if you do see an X, think of it being like an H, more of an H sound. And that's kind of how we've been trying to learn it in those classes. And that made it a bit easier, like Teresa just did with that clearing your throat.
Okay, there's a lady on here on chat that says she can't hear anything. Can everybody hear me? Okay, maybe it's on your end. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, good. I'm glad you figured it out. I suck at technology too, so I understand completely. That's all good. Hey, anybody else? I'll be quiet now. Anybody else who wants to introduce themselves? And you don't have to be as well as Justin was. You can just say Nemi, or whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah. Do we got sound?
Yep.
Machisa George.
Washday. Amba Washday, George. Anyone else want to try to introduce themselves? Kia?
We're gonna go. Okay, I can go. We're beside each other. I think Keenan has to turn his off because it's like really echoing.
Oh yeah. See, I don't know much about Zoom. I made sure I was home alone and I shut everything else off. So. Sister Brown, are you speaking? We can't hear you. You have to turn your mic on. Or you're practicing, sorry.
Ajija, Sister Brown, Amba Washday.
Washday.
Amba Washday, Michiza, Cherish.
Hi, Cherish. Amba Washday. Daya Ichano Washday.
Nina Washday, cheers. That was good.
Oh, thank you.
Amba Washday. Giselle Owach Imagiabi and Chega Kinwiki.
Oh, Washday Jo, Daya Ichano. Nakoni Abija, Daya Ichano.
Amba Washday, Kirsten Soto, or Machaje, Kirsten Soto, and Magiabi, Huhuju Bina, and Wanti.
Oh, Washday, Nishnina, Nakoni Abi, Daya Ichano. Okay, I guess no one else. Are you going to try? No? I can't see a name, but I see the green light pop up. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I see some. Does anybody else want to try to have a chat? A try at introducing themselves?
I can try. I like I said, I'm not really that Summer yet. Maggie Abby?
Uh, Imagyabi?
Maggie Abby.
Imagyabi.
Maggie Abby.
Yep. Good try. Good.
Yeah.
Nakoni Dainish Daya in China. Washte. Good job, you guys. Thank you for jumping out of your comfort zone. I do it every week when I stand up here in front of you guys. So,
Teresa,
yes.
when we say like where we're from somewhere, what do we put at the end? So if we said like Huhusha Bina, so Regina, what do we say after that?
I always say Nwati, like that's where I live, huh?
Huh? Pinomia.
Or Jahan, Jahan. I'll have to think about that. I have other things in my brain.
And that NWAT is that it's like
Yeah,
ENWATI, right?
Yep.
Okay.
yeah. And what
Yeah.
you're saying is I live in Regina. So have you guys been practicing your common phrases, your simple phrases that I gave you? And I know you guys all have a copy of this, right? They will be in the Kristen shared it in the Zoom link. Makaji. Yep. And what I am from.
That's the handout with the Nakoda Donach, right?
Huh.
Yeah, I have that.
Okay. So have you guys been practicing? This is like I said, if you guys want to know any phrases to add to this, what I'm doing is I'm building phrases for you guys. I'm not teaching you the language, I'm teaching you phrases. And for those of you who just joined, one of the reasons why I'm planting these language bowls is I find that you have a better outcome than teaching language, than teaching you language structure. I did share the alphabet at the first class so that you know how some of the words are articulated. And unfortunately, this fourth Belknap doesn't have any of the accents on any of them. So I'm going to let you know, rule of thumb, and I believe I shared this last time as well. The second syllable is always accented in Nakoda. And there are words, oh, not like that, like how I had amba up here. I don't say amba, I say amba. So the accent would be on the top. And what that accent allows me to do is, let's say, iyo danga. You notice how I said the O slightly higher than the rest of the word? Iyo danga. That's where the accent would go on the O. And it's just emphasizing the word, and it's making, you're just slightly raising your voice at that accent.
Oh, that's similar to Lenape, where the accent is on the second to last syllable.
Yep. Yeah, there's a few that they are on the last as well, but there's very few, and there's few that they're on the first syllable as well. I'm going to introduce you to verbs Nakoda is a verb language, but I'm going to conjugate two verbs, and I'm only simply going to conjugate them simply, very, very simply. The first two, first and second. Ooh, ooh, that is to give someone. We did spoon, fork, knife last week, right? Huh? Yep, okay. So this one would be a good one for you. Say you're sitting at the dinner table and you tell your husband, your son is sitting there with a bowl of wahambi, but he has no kishkana. You look over to your husband and say, kishkana, ooh, give him a spoon. Ooh, that's when you're giving something, right? Now, you're gonna say, we're gonna change it to you give, okay? Ooh is to give. Now I'm gonna put yah in front of ooh, like this. Okay? No, right there. No, just yeah. So I'm gonna, your husband, mihinkna, my husband, right? Mihinkna, Tommy, je, kishkana, yak, whoa. I'm commanding him, so I'm gonna say whoa. Women don't use the whoa unless we're giving a command. Men use it all the time. Justin could probably speak a little bit more about you to you on the men using that all the time, but the women, we only use it when we're giving a command. So you see how I used it in that sentence? I wanted my husband, him, to give my son Tommy a spoon. Nia, you, him, he gave. Mihinkna, Tommy, kishkana waji yak uwo. Give Tommy a spoon. Notice how I use them in different contexts? Huh? I'm gonna go on. Where's my to want?
Wait, can you explain that again?
Sorry?
Can you
Okay.
explain that again?
Hey, I'm going to give someone something, right? Ooh, I'm going to give them, or he or she is going to give.
Yeah.
And we use ooh.
So wait. What I'm not understanding is what changes from I give to he or she
You,
give.
it doesn't. It stays the same.
Okay.
That's why I said you to give or he or she gives.
Okay.
The only thing that changes when you're going to give is the front of ooh, and you're going to put ya in front of it, making it. These verbs all conjugate different, and it's really complex.
Yeah, that's a lot different than Ojibwe. All the conjugation is pretty standard in Ojibwe.
Here's how we conjugate all our verbs right here. That's why I'm only giving you the simple conjugation. I'm trying to keep this just as simple as possible.
Oh wow.
And one verb I believe can be conjugated 56 different ways, Justin? One verb specifically? And there's different ways to conjugate. I know. I believe, did I not show you that? One sec.
That's six for sure, right? Like, so it's me, you, his, her, and then there's them, yours, ours.
Person, sex, second person, third person,
Yep.
pluralizing, and then negativity, negative. Here's one
Yeah,
verb
I
here.
just downloaded a whole PDF on negation in Nakoda actually.
It's like, I'm not even sure I fully understand. I can say them when if I don't think about them, because I know Nakoda, I can say them. But if I have to think about, is this a Y stem verb? Is this a stratus verb? Then I mess myself up.
Yeah, a lot of my elders who speak Ojibwe are the same way with the Ojibwe language. They can speak it and tell you about it, but they when it comes to the actual informational part, they're like, you should ask somebody else who knows that.
Yeah. I always thought like you needed an English major to teach Nakoda because you have to teach both the verbs. We have prefixes and suffixes as well. You know, we have very unique sound system. I went through that at the beginning.
Yeah, all the Native American languages are very, very complex and unique compared to European languages.
Yeah.
Almost all of them are verb based too.
Yeah, and also our sentence structure, like amba washte is a good example. We do amba washte, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm translating this, and it actually translates to day, good.
Yeah, because wash day is good.
Mm-hmm. So, but when we speak it, it means good day.
Yeah, because Nakoda has a specific word order, unlike Ojibwe.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
when you say things, it's like I forget which one it is, but there's French has a different word order than English, and English and French also have different word orders than Nakoda. There's like three different word orders that are commonly used for sentence structure.
Yep.
And then some languages don't have word order at all. They just kind of group words that are contextually related together.
Yeah. Nakoda's the structure for sure is different. But
I think it's is it subject
yep, object, subject.
verb? Yeah, subject, object, verb.
Yep, that's the word order. At the end of this class, or not this class, I guess specifically, but at the end of March, there's I find I use a lot of the Fort Peck resources. They have lots of resources for Nakoda that we don't have here on Carry the Kettle, and which is why I use this this language bowl, language nest, language bowl. Teaching Nakoda is not teaching Nakoda. Teaching kids, this is your verb. This is how you start. This is your object. This is how you start. This is, and then when you get into verb conjugation, like I'm not going to teach my grade 4s and grade 5s and grade 6s verb conjugation.
It doesn't work
No, it doesn't.
either.
This language bowl-
It's much easier to start with simple sentences and phrases, conversational language, and then add all the this is your structure, this is your grammar later during the intermediate classes.
Mhm. Because like for me as a speaker, you know, my dad didn't stop and say, okay, this is your root word here. And this is your prefix, suffix, whatever, you know?
No, this is all stuff that linguists have broken down by looking at it years and
Yep.
years and years and years after the fact of it being spoken and written down.
So like I said, like, so when I stop to conjugate my verbs and I think of, okay, is this a Y stem verb? Like that's where I run into problems. And I can conjugate all the verbs.
That's where the Aseti Sakala nation is running into problems right now too, because white people own all other language information.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, there's people in my community as well who think that this stuff I shouldn't be using this stuff to teach in my community because this is not ours. It's not what I'm teaching in here is so much as it is the concept that I'm teaching. Like this,
I think both like not too much to bend on either, and kind of like the Micmac have they say two-eye seeing when you look through both a scientific and a naturalistic lens.
yeah, yep. There's lots of controversy about how language should be taught.
I believe that there is a place for linguistics in Native American languages, but I feel like the people who should be doing the linguistics should be Native American, because the field of linguistics is kind of racist, honestly.
For my people, if it wasn't for the linguistics, we wouldn't be able to do this, you know. So, you know, we commissioned Vincent Collette. He came and he helped us build our own resources here. You know, we have a language lesson.
The Lenape did the exact same thing. They gave all of their information to linguists, and now they still have their language, even though all of their elder speakers have passed away.
Yeah. And if you look at the beginning of this year, like this Douglas Parks, he did a lot of, he came from the University of Indiana. And if you go to the University of Indiana, you will find like loads and loads of resources for Nakoda. They have a dictionary. They have stories from Rose Weasel that can be printed out in Nakoda and in English. You can watch the video as she's speaking. There's like lots of resources. If you guys need resources, go to the University of Indiana and Google their Nakoda. There's different, I've taken lots of different things, ways to teach. I went to Dr. Gray Morning's theory. Has any of you heard of Dr. Gray Morning? Justin, you probably have.
Story, I don't know. No, I don't think so. I don't know.
He was a Hopi And what he did was he started out with a man, a woman, an inanimate object, and an object that moved. And then he did wia, wincha, sayabal, taba, and a table, cha again. And then they just go up. You didn't teach color, you didn't teach numbers, and you didn't do verb conjugation. But after they knew all that, he would add on 4 more pictures and 4 more pictures, and all these pictures were in a certain order. And he said that the students that he brought to the workshop didn't know any Hopi, and they all got up. And when he gave them commands, they got up. But the thing is, your pictures have to be specific to what you're saying. Like if the boy is sitting on top the table, then he has to be on top the table. Like those pictures have to be specific. Well, at the time, when I didn't understand enough Nakoda, I was just beginning myself. And since then, I guess how I've taught myself the Nakoda that I know today is like reading the dictionaries that are provided, and also just I was born into the language. My mom and my dad both talk Nakoda, so everybody just told me that my Nakoda was inside me, that I needed to ohahu, to wake it up, eh? And that's what I've done. You know, I've been able to remember, oh my gosh, so much, just sitting thinking quietly in my house, thinking about my mom and dad. So, but the next verb I want to talk about is chinga. Chinga. Spelt. And these are, I don't know what I did with my brush now. Chinga. This word is spelt. That's a nasalized N. Sorry, I'm watching this. So you remember I told you about your, can you guys? No, right here. Better? No, it's this pen. That's not working. Maybe if I go double. This is how I spell the word chinga. There's this glare in here. And if I shut the lights off, you guys won't see me. Does that help? Chinga. Oh yeah, okay. Let's see. Maybe if I move there, how's that looking? A little bit better?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, chinga. And chinga simply means to want something. Mini wa chinga. I want water. Woda wa chinga. I want to eat. What else? What other kind of words did I give you? Yogapti wa chinga. I want a plate. Mina. Remember now, I'm saying mina. I asked for water earlier. I said mini wa chinga. Now I'm asking for a mina. I want a knife this time, right? Winka wa chinga. I want eggs. Now that's I want. I'm going to put ya in front of it. W-A, like I did to give. You give it. Yak'u, right? You're giving it. And again, ya chinga. You want. Good for in questions that you're going to ask. Asambi ya chinga. Do you want milk? Woda. Again, I'll try to use different things. Champa ya chinga. Do you want a fork? Iogapti shkob ya chinga. Do you want a bowl? Mini, water is a good one. You know, ask your children, do you want water? Mini ya chinga. When you're saying ya chinga, that means asking someone if they want. For us women, I'm not using the D word. We have 5 Ds, and we're going to go on to that. If you will see this, I'll tell you about the 5 Ds in another class. But when that's dagu, dagu ya ching, what do you want? I wouldn't have to put the he at it. But for women, when we ask questions, we will put the he at the end of it, making it a question. Dagu ya chinga he. What do you want? Mini ya chinga he. Do you want water? Men, they use that phrase all the time, but women, we only use it when we're asking questions. And then with that said, like I said, if your question starts with one of the D words, dago, doki, dona, donach, I can't remember them offhand, but we don't need to use the heh on the end of that because the D is already, that is one of the question markers, like who, what, when, and why, and where. That we have 5 Ds in Nakoda who mean the same thing, that mean the same thing. But I'm jumping ahead of myself. So I gave you the words for yes and no, right? Huh? Here, right? So this class we are to be working on our phrases. Does anybody have any questions? No? So
Actually, I missed the first 2 classes. Is there a place where I can watch them?
Regina Library has them up.
Okay.
And I don't know if I mentioned this before to you guys. I know I've mentioned it to a couple of you. To build your word vocabulary also, if you Google me, I did a bunch of videos with the Tribal Council. They're just building vocabulary. There's lots of words that you can grab from there as well. So this was what I worked on with my students this week. I'm going to give you these words. If I didn't give you yes and no, I will give you them again. It's too bad the glare was so bad on this. I'll post this up and I'll get Kristen to post this at the end, or maybe my technician had a hockey game. Her son had a hockey game, so I have no technician today, so I can screen share or put any of this on. She had to leave. So like I said, I gave you want and give, right? Want, chinga. Give, mak'u, mak'u. A good one for parents. Ama no rapta. Listen to me. Ama no rapt. Ama no rapt.
That one's in the handout too.
Okay, good.
Right.
Then we did an eraser, a pen or a crayon. Iwa, okma. Iwa, okma. And that's just simply eraser, a pen, or a pencil. And then it's in the handout as well. Hatiwo. It literally means to get off the way, but we put a manner on it and we're using it for excuse me. Hatiwo. Huh? Huh, I gave you that, right? Huh? Us women say, huh, it's really nasalized. Justin, can you say yes and for the men?
Huh. Huh.
Men and women say yes differently.
Yeah. Once again, yes, hard to find that back nasal. That's been the hardest thing learning a language. Finding that sound.
I always tell my students, you know how when you jump into a pool of water and you block your nose out at the back? That's how you do your nasal. Just block the airflow from coming through your nose. And go, huh, huh. That's your A.
Almost sounds like a Minecraft villager. Huh.
Huh, huh,
Huh.
huh. Remember I told you your nasalized vowels? I'll go like this here. Uh, eh, eh, uh.
Yeah, I speak Ojibwe, so I know about nasalized vowels
Yeah.
already.
Awesome. So here, we all say, men and women, we all say the same thing for no. Here, here. You guys know that. My name, Teresa Chajet. That was my next one, Nemia. The kids just use, I teach them Nemia. This is me. Today we were practicing Nemia, Genia. This is me, that's you. Nemia, Genia. And they sat across from each other and practiced that. To go outside, we have a TPR. I see Tuffy does it different, but this is the TPR, that the paperwork that they gave me. Tagan iya. Tagan iya. To be in the house, I guess, and then to go outside. Tagan iya. Go outside. Tagan is always outside. When the school bell rings, that's what we tell the kids. Tagan iya. Go outside. When we're outside on supervision and they're going to come inside, we tell them Timahan iya. Timahan is inside. Timahan iya. It now is on there, but Owinduka. Owinduka is a bathroom, right? It's a bathroom where you do your business. I taught the children, Tagan iya. Thank you, Justin. You're a good tech. I need to hire you. Kidding. Well, to say that I want to go to the bathroom would be so much harder. So what I told the students just to say is, simply say is, Owinduka watching. What I would say if I was speaking, Owinduka Iaya watchinga. I want to go to the bathroom. Me, I want to go. Iaya. I want to go. Or Iaikt. I'm going to the bathroom. See how all those verbs conjugate differently? That's a lot. Is there anything that you guys want to know how to conjugate, or else I'm just going to go on and give you some more phrases here. Some of the phrases I'm going to give you mostly, like if you have children, that's a really good one. Oh, how about if I read you one of Armin's stories? I got one of Armin's stories here, late Armin MacArthur.
Nina Washte.
And this is called, he's got it titled At the Store. Amba ne ina pasu Augusta waji choamba, sorry. So what he's saying is, Amba nen, this day, ina, my mother, or mother, pasu Augusta, that's a turkey, right? And choamba, I'm not articulating, choamba. His mother, on this day, his mom cooked, like today, his mom cooked the turkey. This day, he says, that's what ambane is, this day, so that would mean today. We translate that to today. Pasu Augusta choamba jahan, wana Paris mahu. There's an H on that. See how I'm saying that? Mahu right here. Mahu. See that H has a cap on it? That's your 8X that we use, that they use. I believe some of the orthographies it's written in an X, but we use the H here and Carry the Kettle. So
Teresa,
yes.
am I allowed to share the screen by chance?
Well, yeah, could you? I don't know how, Justin.
Because I have this, I have the story up if you want to read it.
Okay, for sure.
And then they can see the words and stuff like that, and we can listen to it.
Okay,
Would that work?
No, yes, that would work.
Okay.
Sorry, like I said, my tech gal's away, and
that's why I said I'm trying to help out a little bit if I can, by putting in words and whatnot. Hey.
Yes, that's what I said, Justin. Like I should hire you. Like you're way better than the tech that I have now. I was kidding.
I'm here. I just want to support and help out, and I know everyone's in the same boat, just trying to learn and do their best right now. So this is how I can help out right now. So,
yeah, Justin, I've given you co-hosting permissions.
Perfect. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I'll put her up here, and then she can see that and read to it. And hopefully we can do that. I'm not a perfect expert, but I'm figuring stuff out as I go here. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Are you just seeing the PDF now, or are you seeing my whole screen?
Nope, we see the story.
Okay, perfect. Here, I'll zoom in a little bit too here.
No, watch that.
There, just at help.
There now. I can read the Nakoda, and you guys can. I wouldn't have to. Oh, maybe you want me to explain every word, but for sure. Amba nen ina pasu Augusta waji choamba. Pasu Augusta choamba jahan. Wana Paris Macho. Woja ish gara. I like that gara. I love using that because it's got two of those G's. Each sound is unique. Hayakana ne mazaska edaha makubino. This is a man, well, I guess it's Armin talking, right? So that's why he's using the no in it. Us women, we wouldn't use that no. Mazaska, oh, chanag, oda, yak. Mazaska obaureha zapta sam wikjemna yamni sam doba makubino. Opetua tibi ekta pasua gasto opetua. Jahan mazaska wikjemna numba sam zapta waku. Wow. What he said was ambanen ina pasu Augusta waji choambu. And the first one, I'm slaughtering that cooking choamba. There we go. I'm so sorry. Today my mother is roasting a turkey. Paru Augusto choamba jahan. Meanwhile, she baked the turkey. Wana Paris machu. She peeled potatoes. Wojabi ish gara. Wojabi, gravy. Ish, she, her too, she made gara. So she made gravy. Hayakanana, this morning. Mazaska adaha makubino. This morning, they gave me some money. Adaha, some. Mazaska, the money. Makubi, they gave it to me. Mazaska obawenga zapta. Obawenga 100. Zapta 5. So they gave him $500 plus wikjemna yami sam doba. So they gave him $534. The wikjemna yamni is 10 times 3, which is 30, right? Plus 4. So wikjemna yamni, that's 3 tens plus 4. The sum is plus 4. So they gave him $534. Opatua tibi ekta pasu Augusta opawatu. So he said at the store, that's his opawatu TB, he's talking about the store, ekta, at the store. Remember from before, pasu Augusta is a turkey, opawatu. That's what he bought, opawatu. He paid money for that turkey, right? Jahan, at that time, he paid money. He gave them mazaska, he gave them money. Wikjemna numba. Again, wikjemna is 10, numba is 2. 2 times 10 is 20. Sam plus zapta is 5. He gave them $25. Waku. Remember I told you about the waku? No, I told you about ku. I didn't tell you about wak. But he gave it to them. That's what he's saying. I gave it to them. And he gave them $25 for it. See, and if you look at your English and you look at your Nakoda, you see how the language structure. He does start off with today though. Ambanen, today. Ina, that's the same. Augusta, pasu Augusta. When he's talking about his pasu Augusta, he's talking about that red thing that's on top their nose, that turkey, because Nakoda is a descriptive language. So washta, what did you guys think of that story? It'll be good. I know I didn't say I was going to do the 5 Ds this time, but I'm going to tell you some of the Ds. So I'm just going to say some of the D things that women would use. I'm going to use dagu, which means what? I like it when my kids will call my mom, Dagu. I'll tell them, like, what? Dagu ya chinga ha. What do you want? Remember, chinga, want? And I put the ya in front of it. We're making it you. What do you want? Dagu ya chinga ha. We talked about money. Mazaska nu ha ha. Mazaska, do you have money? Mazaska, kids always ask me that. Huhujubina ekta nakt. Are you going to Regina? Ekta, remember on the story here, ekta meant at. Are you going to Regina? I've got some of Armin's stuff in here. Let's use some of his stuff. Sorry, I keep saying when I get nervous. Oh, here's some right here. We have one of the chiefs we have here, who was one of the founding chiefs who signed one of the treaties, is Chuiknaga Iagu, takes a coat. Chuiknaga is a coat. So I always tell the kids, Chuiknaga choza yuha. Do you have a warm coat? I'm asking him, but what I should be asking him is Chuiknaga choza nuha ha. I asked him, do you have a warm coat? But what I should be asking him is, do you have a warm coat, right? I always try to keep it simple. My teacher told me that there was no wrong way to teach Nakoda because we're a descriptive language. It's important where you get your verbs and where your verbs are in the right order. Your stressors are in the right place. That's the most important thing about the stressors, and your spelling for the older people, like you guys can read after you go through the after you guys went through the alphabet. You know each vowel sound, so you should be able to read some of the Nakoda, that especially for the stuff that Vincent did. I noticed some of the Fort Peck, they do have a lot of the phonetical spelling, which is awesome for first time learners. If you guys notice, if you go through your Fort Peck, did any of you guys print it off at home? Because if you'll notice, they all have it's called phonetic spelling. It's spelt the way it sounds. For us learners, we don't have to worry about spelling it. We just need to worry about how, if you can spell waji, you can spell it anyway, but always know that the first A is nasalized. Like, I don't care how you spell it. I'm not your spelling teacher. As long as you can read what you're spelling, that's the most important thing, is what I'm saying. Okay. I really appreciated you guys all coming out of your comfort zone and trying. There's a lot of people that won't try, and I always say, when you learned how to ride a bike, did you just get up and go riding for blocks and blocks? No, you fell lots of times, and that's what that's like trying to speak Nakoda. Those H's, those glottals, agaha, hochnach yabi, those are like hard to say. And like even the nogedu, which is summer, we have an M and an N together. Nogedu. See, that's kind of hard to say too, right? That's summertime. I think I'm going to go through the seasons for you. So let's go on for some more. In the morning time, everyone eats, right? In the morning time, we call that, because it's morning, we call it hayakena wodabi. Hayakena wodabi. That's what we call breakfast. Hayakena wodabi. When we reach 12 o'clock, that is wiodaha. That's the middle of the day. That's what it translates to. And we call that, when we eat at that time, wiodaha wodabi. That's our dinner hour, our lunch time. And then at supper time, we call that nighttime. I don't know why we use the word hahebi wodabi, but that's what we call it, nighttime. The nighttime supper, I guess, right? The evening supper. I would probably think Bedu, which is evening, would be more accurate, but they have Hahebi Wodabi. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that I want Bannock. Okay? Aruabi Wachinga. This aruabi could be bread or it could be Bannock. You can call your any kind of Bannock, grease Bannock, oven Bannock. When you get more into knowing more Nakoda, there's a difference. But for now, I'm just going to give you the word aruabi, and it's going to mean all Bannock right now, okay? Because there's aruabi incha, which is oven Bannock. There's aruabi winkni imahen choamba, which is grease Bannock, which means that it's what I'm telling you is that's Bannock that's cooked inside the grease. So we're just going to call it aruabi for now, okay? Aruabi wachinga. Butter, asambi winkni, and it means that it's butter. It's butter milk grease is what it translates to. Cheese, I want cheese. Asambi sudah waching, and again, what your cheese is translating to is hard milk. Asambi sudah waching. Oh, he's got fried Bannock in here. I have animals that I go through every day with the kids. Pig is one of them. And I always ask them, Hayakaj, dua gagusha tano yudahe. Who ate bacon this morning? The tano is meat, any kind of meat. Tano is just basically meat. We're going to talk about hamburger. We'll say tano yukbambi, meaning that they grinded up the meat, right? So it's hamburger, right? Tano. Bacon, gagusha tano. Doesn't have very many food phrases here. You guys want to know any more food phrases? Milk, asambi. Coffee, hochnachyabi. Again, hochnachyabi. Tea. It's in the month of September as well. And we call tea wachpe. And what it translates to is leaves. Wachpe. There's that H in there again. Wachpe. That's tea.
Wape.
Pardon?
Wape.
Good job.
I'm Jewish. I'm Jewish. So I already have the H sound.
Good job. Our sugar, chashmuyabi. Chashmuyabi. Our salt, I know, I believe like most of the Nakoda people call salt shtushten. Shtushtena, it's spelled, but I say shtushten. There's lots of A's at the end of these words. And I say it when I teach my kids because it's there. But after you get to be more fluent, you don't say those words. You'll just automatically drop them off. I don't know why it happens, but it will happen. Shtushten. Let's talk about our pepper.
Happens in Ojibwe too.
Is it okay? Our
And
pepper.
Cree. You say Awas, but there's two S's and an I in Awas.
Okay. It's. I know. I believe it's an Ocean Man. Is that where they call their coffee? Piju sub. Piju saba, Justin. Is that where they call that, or is that down in the States? I know some Nakodas call it Pijuda sub, which means black medicine. But on the Carry the Kettle, we use Pochnachiabi. So there's another word if you want. If you guys, maybe if you know someone who speaks Nakoda in your area, like maybe you can ask one of your elders, like, what do we call coffee in our area? So you're saying correctly
What'd
for
you
your
say?
area.
Pajuda, yeah, medicine, and then Saba,
Black medicine.
black, yeah, okay. See, that's me once again hearing and having to listen.
Okay, yeah. Tejuda Saba. Tejuda Sab. I teach the A, like I said, it'll drop off. I teach the kids because it's there, right? It's in the spelling. So I teach it like that. For pepper and carry the kettle here, we use, oh, my mind went blank. Stuштena sub. Stuштena sub. That's our pepper. When we talk about my Pepsi, Miniskuya. Miniskuya gives you Weskuya though too, right? Weskuya, that's what we call diabetes. It means sugar in your blood. Your blood is full of sugar. I think I told you this last time, because Nakoda is a descriptive language. I think I talked about like how we talk about the giraffe. Even though we don't have giraffes in our area, a giraffe to us is known as a tahu haska. Haska is long, and this is my neck. That's what we call a giraffe, tahu haska. It's a long neck, right? Giraffe's got a very long neck. One of the teachers came to me. She wanted to know how we would call a sloth. We don't have a word for sloth. So I thought about it, like, how can I translate this sloth for her? So I thought, Wamnuhaska, no, that's a bug. Yuashtena mani, right? Something that walks slowly. So I talked to my relatives, Tashka Mike. I asked Mike, how would I say badger? Shage hask. Anybody? Justin? No?
Yeah.
Long nails.
Huh.
So that's how he told me to not a what do you call
Oh,
it?
Tosca, tall, right? Like long, tall. Did you say?
No.
Tosca,
Yeah, long.
long.
Yeah,
See,
long
this is
nail.
me. Like I said, because I don't hear it enough, right?
Shage. Your nails, huh?
Huh. I got the tall part then.
Yeah. Yep. So see, there's a description of sloth. Trying to find you guys more words. Kishkana. What else could you? What door? Here's two words that I got. Here's I know the signs for these. I did these today. Nataga. A good one for me would be that door. Tioba Nataga. I don't know why when my grandkids go out the door in the summertime, they never close that door. So I'm always saying, Tioba Natag. Close the door, right? Tioba Natag. If I remember, I shared some language, some breakfast stuff with you, and I said Yushpa to open. Yushpa Nataga. Yushpa Nataga. Asambine Yushpawo. Open this milk. Meniskuyane Yushpa. Open the Pepsi. You know, good words. I learned something today. I didn't know the word for door handle. Doorknob? Look at that. There's a word for doorknob right here. I did not know that myself. Tioba Yushpena. Tioba Yushpena. And what it means, what that Yushpena translates to is you open the door with that. It's Yushpena. It's used to open that door. Deadly. I didn't know that. I learned a new word today too. Tawoyud. That's what we call it's animal. I guess all meat is animal, I guess, but tawoyud, and it's animal food. It's what the animals eat actually, yeah. Tawoyud. That's what that. Oh, here's one. Here's a good one. I'm just skimming through some of the stuff that I have. A table. The table is a good one. Awodabi. That's something, it translates to something that we eat on top of. Awodabi. And that is your kitchen table. Awodabi. Your chair. Another good one that you can use. Cha'agan. Cha'agan. And that is a chair. Cha'agan inga. Sit on that chair. Again, I think Iodanga is in that thing. Iodang, that's the sign for Iodang. Cha'agan iodang. Sit on that chair. Cha agan iodang hinkna woda. Sit on that chair. Hinkna means and. Sit on that chair and eat. Cha agan inga hinkna woda. Men would say woda wo. I don't. I would say woda. Sit on that chair and eat. I gave you words for in and at last time. Another one, another good one. Gave you word for pop. Meniskuya awodabi en ikna. Oh, iknaga. Put the pop down on top of the table. Meniskuya je, that pop or that, yeah, that's what it is. That sweet water is what I'm telling you. That sweet water, awodabi, table, iknaga. Put it on top of it. Which day? That was a mouthful, eh? Oh, ichpe, to throw away. Remember last week I said ichpe when I was being foolish and I told you I threw my husband away? Okay, I won't get silly on you. I'll get the giggles and I won't stop. But ichpe, to throw away. Ichpe. That's a good one for the garbage especially. I told you yuja, right? I told you about yuja. When the kids go to the bathroom, these are their nambe, their hands, right? I'll teach you three things. Nambe, my whole hand, right? And these are my napsu. See what I'm wiggling at you? Those are my napsu, and this is my nambe. Napsu, nambe. Giselle, could you bring Kushi here for a minute? Another one I teach my kids, Noha, my ear. She's in that red basket, in that red suitcase. Noha, you nach with your noha, right? You listen with your ear. That's what I'm telling them. Again, noha, nach Noha, nach My helper here, I'm not going to take off my shoes and show you my feet. So I'm going to get my little helper here. Oh, amba washte, Johanna, dokanyashkahe. Everybody want to say hello to Kushi? This is my helper. Kushi helps me teach the children Nakoda. Kushi, she speaks no English. Kushi, I'm going to take your hamba. I was trying to remember how to take off. I haven't used that word in a while and I forget. Iknujakt, I believe. No, I think that's to take your clothes off. Duka hamba nen. I'm going to take your hamba. So then
Yushnoga.
Huh?
I just check quick. Yushnoga.
Oh yes, hamba nen. I'm going to conjugate that too. I'm going to take it off though. Wash no gink. Wash. Okay, I'm gonna have to think about that one. But I took off her shoe. Now, sipa jami tawa. This is my foot, Kushi saying. Sipa? Yeah, siha. Siha nama mitawa. That's my foot. Now, right like this, right here. What are these, Kushi? Oh, je sipa. Siha? Sipa. Siha? Sipa. See that? Her feet are her siha and her toes are her sipa. Those ones are easy. Oh, tell you guys a funny story. It wasn't so funny at the time. I was walking outside the store on my reserve here. I went to go get some chandi. Anyway, I walked in. I was talking to the young gentleman. I was telling them, "Good afternoon. We oda hawashte." Koshka, I told him, "Good afternoon, young men." And I looked down and I fell and I fell and I fell like right down my face was on the sidewalk like this, they had to peel me off the sidewalk because I just wiped out, and now I can't even lift my arm up. So I'm sorry. I was gonna try and do some actions for you, but I just can't do it. I apologize. I need, instead of talking Nakoda, I should have been watching where I was going, right? I told you about the Iogapti Ishtim? Why not Ishtim? Go to sleep now. Wana means right now, right? Ishtim. Wana woda, eat now. Wana chioda, chio gadodo, sweep the floor now. Chio gadodo, it's to sweep the floor, right? Inde, wana, inde yujaja. Go, wash your face now. Oh, I told you about your hands. He basni. Yeah, he basni. Wana, especially before bedtime. Brush your teeth now. A good one for your children. Your hair before they go to bed, especially if they have long hair. Maybe you want them to braid their hair before they go to bed. Pa bakja. Brush your hair before they go to school. Another good one. Pa bakja. Brush your hair. Yujaja, inde yujaja, nuha yujaja, wash your hair, your ears. Lots of kids don't listen. Kidding, mine didn't. Yeah, wash your ears. That was a good one. I used to tell my kids that. Nuha yujaja, wash your ears. Oh, he's got some questions also I could share with you guys. Questions? Doken yauha. I always ask my kids that as soon as I walk into the classroom, but I don't say doken yau. There we go. That's how. I didn't read it right. Doken yauha. That's just asking everybody, doken, how? Yau, how are you? Ha, question mark. Women, because it starts with a D, we probably wouldn't use the ha. The men would use the ha. Another way to ask how you are doing, I always ask is doken yashka ha. That A is nasalized, doken yashka ha. And that just means how are you moving around, basically is what it, yashka, to move. How are you moving around? It's the same as how are you feeling? How are you doing? You're gonna go walking out the door. He's got one here. You're walking out the door and you're wondering if everybody's ready. You can turn around. Wanaha. Are you ready? Wanaha. I always like to tell my kids, Dayan wachim naga. It's good to see you. Dayan wachim naga. See, when I tell you guys, when I leave class, I tell you guys, Ake wachim naga, meaning I will see you again. But when I walk into the class, I always tell the students, Daya wachim naga. It's good to see you. I didn't tell you that today was Amba Inumba, which is Tuesday, because our class is always on Amba Inumba, right? But it is Hahebi when it's nighttime now, or it's dark outside. I just remembered something to how do I explain this? You know how when it's raining, it's magaju, right? Magaju. When we talk about rain, in English, we'd say it's raining. But in Nakoda, we don't have to say, we don't have to put the it's in front of it. When I say magaju, I'm telling you, it's raining. We don't put the it's in front of it. Or if I'm hungry, I would say imaduka. That E is making it me. I'm hungry. When I looked outside, I was just saying, when we talk about rain, it's magaju, right? It's raining. But if it's not raining outside and it's just a cloud cover, we call it ohazi. meaning the cloud cover is over the sun. Ohazit. Ohazit. Amba washte. Hello, it's good day. When I first heard this saying Tade Amba, I had no idea what it meant because on Carry the Kettle here, if we're talking about a windy day, we say Ganuza. But Tade Amba also means that it's a windy day. And Carry the Kettle, we say Ganuza. I don't know. I remember, did I tell you guys, like, we had a hard time to get Carry the Kettle, Nakoda off the ground because even on Carry the Kettle, every Tioshpaye says something different. I believe I told you that, like a good one is number 7. Here in Carry the Kettle, we say Iushna. When I go to my people, my relatives across the medicine line, they say Shagowi. So it's just the area you come from. Like I said, and if you have elders, they can go ahead and they can tell you. And you guys, nobody told me. I'm not watching the time. So I need an alarm clock. We're 10 minutes over. Any questions before I say Akewichim Naginkta?
Yeah.
Wow, Justin, great job in translating that. I mean, adding all those things. Thank you so much, Justin. I can't even.
Yeah, I hope that wasn't too much. I know sometimes it can feel overwhelming, but I know it's nice to hear it and see it. So
Yeah,
maybe
see,
if
and I didn't want to
somebody-
overwhelm them with conjugating all those verbs, but there it
No,
is.
this is great. I missed the first 2 classes, so this is some good starter vocabulary for me.
just to get some words down, like she said, there's been some good resources shared with websites that you can go to keyword search in her videos too. But like I said tonight, even there's words I should have known.
Oh,
but I
somebody
just-
said, how do you say cigarette?
Chande. Chande, sorry, heart. Chandi.
Or Chaniska, isn't it?
Chaniska?
Chaniska, is
Yeah,
that
I'm
another
telling
one?
them.
Shaniska.
You know, it's a good thing you were here because even though I smoke, I don't say I'm gonna go smoke very often for the kids, so I don't use that often. Yes, it's Chaniska. You're absolutely right. Sorry.
Oh, no.
Shaniska.
Yeah, and Shonde. I mean,
Yeah.
they're both like she said, just
Chandi.
different communities, right?
Yep.
Just have different ways.
Yep.
Chaniska, because Armin's book has Chaniska. And
Yeah,
then, yeah,
Chandi.
Fort Peck.
All right.
is
Well, thank you
Chaniska.
to Teresa. I will be sending the recording of today's session to Reconciliation Regina, so you can look out for that on their website.
And like I said, you guys, I gave you my phone number last week. If you guys have any questions or you want me to add something to next week's broadcast while we're talking, send me, email me, text me. 306-660-0185 for those of you who don't have it. Hinamaya ake yuhana wachimnaga pedo washte yuha. Daya ishtimawo.